Across fields of ice, but hidden in starlight. Be well aware of roads we've gone by. Put yesterday's aside, meet the future head on. Now trailblazers keep credos in mind. One, stop staying within the lines. Two, we always align. Three, even if we don't get the upper hand, we'll fight for right. Four, never care and rip for hindsight. Five, let us light the night. Six, even when there are wills within wills, go ahead, get it pulverized.
Ladies and gentlemen, trailblazers from all over the world, welcome to Honkai Star Rail Launch Show. This show is presented by HoYoverse, the developer of Honkai Star Rail. I'm Sydnee Goodman, and I will be your host for today. I'd love to welcome some very special guests. Mark from RDC World, voice actress and content creator LilyPichu, and Austin Malcolm from HoYoverse. Why don't we go around the room and introduce ourselves?
Hey Trailblazers, it's Mark from RDC World, also known as Supreme Dreams. I'm part of a content creator group. We make anime videos, video game videos, and sports videos. And honestly, I'm just happy to be here with everybody.
Hi, I'm Lily or LilyPichu. I'm a voice actress, content creator. I'm also really happy to be here. My favorite color is pink. To you, Austin.
Really? And hey, everybody.
Good to know.
I'm Austin from the branding team at HoYoverse. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to Sydnee, Mark, and Lily for being here
You're welcome.
and
Thank you,
celebrating
guys.
this big moment with all of us. And thank you to you out there, all the Trailblazers, tuning in today to hear about Honkai Star Rail and to celebrate our official launch together.
Well, thank you so much, Austin. So where are we sitting right now?
I would have to say, with these lush couches and these stars all around us, probably a waiting room somewhere in space.
Whoa. No way.
Yeah, and which means that the Astral Express may be arriving any moment now to take us out beyond the stars.
Well, it's great that you mentioned that because I have heard the Astral Express mentioned a lot when describing Honkai Star Rail. For our trailblazers that are new to the game, can you start us off by telling us a bit more about Honkai Star Rail?
Sure, yeah. So Honkai Star Rail, it's a free-to-play, cross-platform, space fantasy RPG developed by us, HoYoverse. In the game, you'll become what we call a trailblazer. You'll get to explore vast worlds that take place in a universe filled with thousands of years of history. During that journey, you'll meet a lot of characters, different species, and maybe some familiar faces. You'll also run into some mysterious and powerful Aeons. They could be friendly, they could be hostile, but no matter what, they're going to have an importance in your story. We are trying to design this vast and intricate universe for players like you.
Mark and Lily, so you guys have both had a chance to play the game in the closed betas, right?
Yeah, I participated in the final closed beta in, I think, February.
I was in the second closed beta last May.
Okay, so I'm the only one here who has yet to play.
Oh, wow.
So, I think the only impressions you have is probably from that trailer we just showed.
It is, and the trailer looks incredible.
It's really
I'm
pretty. I like
so
it.
excited. Really, really pretty.
The game has come a long way, especially since our first closed beta back in October 2021. We made lots of changes, improvements between like each and every closed beta. So that's including like we redid the first 3 hours of the game. We added new stories, characters. There's a whole new zone, which is the Herta space station.
I like the space station because it had this like side quest that was really, really tragic. And I love tragedy.
Oh,
So-
tragic.
I do
Tell
too.
me
Very
more.
dramatic. It was about a star-crossed couple with, they were separated by like time, like something with time. And it was really, really touching. And I'm an emotional person, so I was like, I like stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like touching stories is like something that we always resonate with, and we think a lot of our players also resonate with. So it's really great to hear that that's something that really left a mark on you.
Oh yeah, make me cry.
You're like, I'm still crying about it, actually.
Cry, laugh, any of those things.
Mark, did you play the same side quest, or were there any memorable moments of the beta?
Yeah, I was actually able to visit one of the cities. It's really hard for me to say this name, but it's like Shaozu or something like that. I feel like it was a great addition to the game, and honestly, it's like really well designed, like truly amazing. Like I'm in a real city, and it's like so many things to do. I just thought it was, it was amazing. Plus, I like Kafka a lot, so.
Well, after the second closed beta, we revealed Shenzhou Luofo during Gamescom last year. In the final closed beta in February this year was when Shenzhou Luofo was first released to beta players. So that's what you got to experience.
Oh, okay.
And it seems like everyone really loved the scenery.
So, Lily, what impressed you the most about Honkai Star Rail?
When I look at a game, the first thing I look for is like, is it pretty? Or, I mean, I love cute, pretty stuff.
Yeah.
And Honkai Star Rail had that, especially the characters. They have
Yeah.
such cute designs. I could
totally.
gush about it this entire show, but I won't. But they're really cute.
We have a lot of announcements, so I appreciate that. A lot to get through. But it's safe to say that characters are a really important part of the gameplay experience. As an aside, do you all have a favorite RPG character?
Yeah, I would say mine is Sora from Kingdom Hearts, probably. That was one of my first RPGs I played, and just to add Disney characters in there was kind of crazy to
Right?
me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know you could
Yeah,
do
that
that.
whole collab.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Yeah,
whole
I
collab was
remember
crazy.
when I first played Kingdom Hearts too, I was like, wait, you can do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
like
can like,
This
Yeah.
loud?
yeah.
Well, then they also grabbed like Final Fantasy characters in too. So you have
True.
like Hercules and Cloud
Cloud,
Strife, and you're like,
Sephiroth.
what is happening here?
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Lily, what about you? Favorite
My
character?
favorite RPG character. Oh, it's so hard. I have trouble picking. I'm very indecisive. What about you?
I think I'll pass on this question, but I'm really curious what Sydney has to say.
One of my favorites is definitely Yosuke from Persona 4.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Persona.
yeah.
Yeah. He's
Haven't
so
played those games.
Super fun, but he's so clumsy and just kind of like lovable and like a little bit of like a, I don't know that I'm allowed to say the word on stream, but you love him despite maybe his flaws.
Yeah.
So,
Persona was fun.
right?
That was like a fun turn-based RPG.
Lots of good
Totally.
characters from
Good
Persona.
characters, good
Lots-
setting.
Yeah, I like
that was
the
a
art
good
direction a
RPG.
lot.
Ryuji from Persona 5 was kind of like that same
Yeah.
sort of vibe there. I'm like, oh yeah, like kind of lovable idiot, I guess you
Yeah,
maybe say.
there you go. It's like
Yeah.
it's already it.
Do you have like
Yeah.
do you have like an RPG archetype that you find yourself gravitating towards? Like a type of, you said you like clumsy.
Yeah, it kind of is always like the clumsy, like lovable best friend that kind of makes comments that maybe they shouldn't, but like deep down they do love and feel, and I'm like, it's okay, I can fix you.
Oh, it's one of those.
It's one of those. It's one of those. Okay.
Now back to Honkai Star Rail. Do you have a favorite character, or maybe even a character that's left a strong impression on you?
I really like Kafka a lot, just because she's like one of the first people I've seen, and she said some really wise words to Silverwolf at one point at the beginning of the game when I started playing on the beta. But also I like Himiko because her ultimate move is like
Yes.
it's like a beam from the space, and
That's
she
cool.
was talking a lot of mess while she was shooting the beam from space. So I honestly like that. Battling is always my favorite aspect of a game.
Right.
So
Yeah, for sure.
I would pick Seal. Like, she's really nice, but she's also badass, and she looks sick too. I think my second favorite would be just March 7th, because I remember looking at the character, I'm like, that is such an interesting name.
Yeah,
So I really like that design.
Yeah.
makes sense.
What about you, Austin? Do you have a favorite, or is it like choosing favorite children?
Right, yeah. I mean, I love them all. But if I had to choose, I would also say March 7th. I mean, she's quite literally the face of our game. But she also has that energetic, optimistic personality, I think, that we all can just really love, and love to have that kind of contagious sort of smile on the team. So you'll never be bored if you're playing with March 7th.
So back to my first question, Mark. Based on what you know, what are your thoughts on Honkai Star Rail?
Well, I really like the just like how fluid the animations are in the game, and I like the fact that I haven't played really many RPG games where you can just like switch your character in the while like running and exploring things. I really thought that was a good addition. Also, like you have like 3 people on the team, sometimes 4. A lot of different characters to choose from. The battle animations are really good, and like I was explaining about Himiko and her ultra, I like all their ultimates. They're really top tier in my opinion, and really well done. So that's what I like about it.
Before, what did you mean by it's very RPG?
Well, by like very RPG, I feel like first it has a lot of cutscenes that kind of play out like a movie. All like RPG games always have a lot of cutscenes that play out like a movie. The characters are really well thought out, and it feels like you're kind of watching like meeting anime characters. That's what I like a lot.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
that's just what I mean by like RPG. So
I get the immersion and the story thing. It is like watching a movie for me, except like you're playing in the movie. Like I felt that during certain side quests, like To the Faint Star and etc.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, well, and I feel like the characters, from what I've seen, already have such rich and like deep backstories, and with such a like detailed world, it's so easy to get lost in it, right?
definitely.
Oh yeah, I like to get attached to characters, like depending on what they are, and sometimes a little too attached, you know. Like I don't want anything bad to happen to them.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Literally, it is like a movie.
Yeah.
Like you are controlling the characters. And
Definitely.
Exactly. It's almost too much pressure, right? Because then you love the characters and you are in control. And you're like, I don't want
Yeah.
anything bad to happen.
Yeah.
We're trying our best to kind of create an experience as immersive as possible. So, which is what we feel is one of the most important things to making a good RPG. A lot of our inspiration actually came from a lot of great classics like the Trails series,
Yep.
Persona.
I heard that the producer of Star Rail previously had conversations with the producers of Atlas and Falcom.
Yeah, when he learned that Toshihiro Kondo from Falcom and Katsura Hashino from Atlas agreed to meet up, he was in high spirits the entire day. A lot of members on the team actually grew up playing the Trails and Persona series, so that was a huge morale boost for the entire team.
Yeah, well, I mean, that all sounds so exciting. And speaking of exciting, I assume that Honkai Star Rail is a game that's built to last and will continuously bring new updates?
Yes, so a lot of like other Hoyoverse products like Genshin Impact, Tears of Themis, Honkai Impact 3rd, we are going to make sure we're dedicating lots of time and passion into high quality and continuous updates for the game.
So, what would you say is the most important feature of Honkai Star Rail?
Well, that's a pretty hard question to answer. But personally, my favorite aspect about Honkai Star Rail would probably be the story and the world that we created.
I was actually a bit confused about the world, or the universe to be more specific.
Okay.
Same.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So let me get ready for this because our universe can be a little difficult to understand. So let me explain some kind of vital concepts for you.
Okay.
So, first off, the 2 most important concepts are aeons and stellarons. The aeons are basically gods, and they all ascended from ordinary creatures or non-living things. Each aeon represents an ideal or unique concept in the universe, which gives them their own motivation and their source of power. For example, the aeon of trailblazing, Akivali, was once the former owner of the Astral Express, but his goal was to discover and explore the great unknowns. In our current timeline, though, Akivali is actually long gone, but his believers, the Nameless, continue in his absence and travel across the universe, shuttling between different planets and always taking part in some sort of adventure. So, the character you choose will also be part of this group of the Nameless. But you have one important difference from the rest of the cast. That is the existence of a stellaron inside your body. Stellarons are generally considered to be the source of disasters in the universe, so they're known to be ominous and dangerous objects. A group of individuals are called the Stellaron Hunters, and they are looking for Stellarons in order to use them for unknown purposes. So if Kafka, Silverwolf, Blade, and their leader Elio are the 4 that make up the Stellaron Hunters. But for some unknown reason, Kafka decided to stuff a Stellaron inside your body, and that's where your journey begins. So now that you have a Stellaron inside of you, you must set off to various worlds around the universe, hopefully to explore the secrets of the world and discover the truth about who you really are. So our starting point in the game is a space station called Herta, named after the owner of the station, one of my favorite characters and one of the smartest people in the universe. The space station is packed with scientists and researchers from around the universe, but in reality, it's really just Miss Herta's laboratory and personal storage room.
Okay, so we're now inside Herta Space Station?
Yeah, we are. I would say this is the Herta space station. But we'll be departing from here shortly to the first world, a planet covered by ice and snow called Jarilo 6. This used to be a planet with a prosperous civilization, but because of the Stellaron hundreds of years ago, Jarilo 6 experienced a sudden climate shift and turned into a pure white planet. Now there's only one city with civilization left on the entire planet, called Belobog, which is our first destination. Here we'll see stories of humans, fighting against the climate, and fighting against monsters.
And that's why I said it was very RPG-like, because it's a lot of lore, like a lot.
And there's more. So our next destination is the Shenzhou Laofu, a gigantic interstellar spaceship that's home to several different races and very advanced civilizations. Here, you'll find races with fox ears, some with dragon inheritance, and even normal, ordinary humans. They're all waiting for players to discover and meet them in the game. But you can learn more about Shenzhou's civilization by completing quests, reading texts in the world, and interacting with the NPCs there. Of course, the story of Shenzhou is only just starting in this version, and we're very excited to open more areas and stories in the future.
So thank you for that, Austin. I feel like you just shared a wealth of knowledge.
That's
Definitely
what I
a
do.
But is there any chance you can share any information about future areas or stories?
So, not yet, but when the time is right, we will share it with everyone. We've developed many technologies and, of course, invested a lot of resources into this game so Trailblazers can see exquisite characters, fancy visual effects, high-quality cutscenes, and more. And so that's going to continue coming to you in the future.
Well, and HoYoverse has had such a huge impact on the gaming industry over the past few years, not just on developers, but players and fans too.
Yeah, I feel like HoYoverse came out of nowhere, and now everyone plays Genshin Impact. It's
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, no, it was popular with the anime fans at the beginning, and more people were becoming more aware about HoYoverse. But now even at the conventions, there's a lot of Genshin Impact cosplayers. I see them literally at every convention I go to. So.
I even cosplay Genshin Impact.
There
Do you really?
go.
Yeah, I would cosplay 2 characters.
Oh, wow.
I love HoYoverse's character designing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to a convention, you're going to see Genshin Impact
Yeah,
everywhere.
definitely.
Everywhere. I remember seeing a bit of Honkai Star Rail cosplayers last year at Anime Expo, and I was kind of surprised because the game's not out, right? So
Yeah.
But we've done enough with the concept arts and all that stuff that we can start planning ahead and got people really excited. It kind of helped bring that immersion to our world.
Makes sense.
all
Makes
the
sense.
hype.
Well, that
Yeah.
must be really rewarding too to see players be so excited ahead of the game's
Yeah,
launch.
and vice versa. I mean, if you're a traditional artist and you're drawing in a 2D space, it's super cool to start seeing your work, your effort being brought into the real life space.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
If I drew something and I saw someone dressed as the something,
Yeah.
No, that make me
even
feel really
if
good.
the game wasn't
yeah.
out, I'm like, wow, you like the design that much?
Totally. I don't
Flattered.
know that I ever thought about it that way.
Definitely.
But on the subject of expos, your reach in the traditional mainstream video game industry is just getting wider and wider. So far, it's been Summer Game Fest, Gamescom, the Game Awards, and if I remember correctly, Tokyo Game Show as well. So even though you might have started off as an anime game developer and mobile game developer, your reach really is growing. And I think the cross-platform play helps a lot with that. Since Honkai Star Rail is also a cross-platform game, I would love to know, how do you balance between mobile, PC, and console users within the same game?
Yeah, and there are many players that are used to and tend to play games on mobile phones, and they also have the same amount of love for video games as others do. So we want to ensure we provide them with the best possible game experience, regardless of platform, from the very beginning of development. The turn-based gameplay for Honkai Star Rail actually allows us to achieve this goal even better, because we don't need to be conducting many real-time actions and super precise operations. So we've also invested a lot of resources in the optimization for all platforms. So mobile players, PC players, and console players can all have a smooth experience playing the game.
Okay, well, how about instead we check out gameplay and try out the game? Lily, do you want to do the honors?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Well, let's play some Honkai Star Rail. Ooh.
Here we go. Starting off with strong with Seal.
I know Lily's happy.
She's
Not her
super
favorite.
cute. I love her.
So cute.
Very elegant, very badass, very strong. Overall, 10 out of 10 character.
10 out of 10.
Very cute. attacks with
The
her
character
tail.
design in this game is for real crazy. Like
Yeah.
Right. I love her tail.
everybody's extremely
Their little
unique. Doesn't
claw
remind me of the next
antlers.
character.
Right?
really like
they
it.
really are all so unique.
Yeah.
He clean.
Super
cool.
clean. Ooh, I like the like doorknobby thing on his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Sort of that.
Oh
I
yeah,
see why
the
people
With the
want to
lion?
cosplay. That's attention to detail. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I feel like I see why a lot of people would probably cosplay these characters.
Right.
Right.
Like a lot of that's a lot of hard work, and they probably would come out looking really clean.
You know, those little attention to details make it tougher to probably create the cosplay, but I think at the same point it makes it all more rewarding, right?
Exactly.
Totally. Totally.
You said that much better than I was saying that.
No, we're all aligned. Oh yeah, so then we
Yeah.
have this little photo mode here. Allows you
Ooh.
to pose.
Different expressions, poses.
pretty.
She's so elegant. I mean, honestly, all the characters are so elegant.
No, they really are. That's the
Oh,
only word
turn
you can
around.
use to
Yeah.
Oh
sum it
gosh,
up.
darn it! I'm such a pet. Wait.
Yeah.
There she is.
Okay. Yeah. So we're in camera mode, so you can change it into. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I think that first button you were pressing, I think, was kind of like switching between like front or back view,
Oh yeah, you're right.
or selfie mode.
Oh,
Oh,
so
that's
first person.
cute. Interesting.
Very cool.
They got every aspect
Yeah.
in this
I
game.
know,
They literally
right?
have thought of every single thing.
How long were you working on this?
If you're a professional photographer and you want to
Perfect.
move on into the
Oh.
game
You
world,
really
this
take
is
a
it.
picture?
Speaking of professional photographer, look
Right
at that.
there.
So
That's
cute.
hard. It's the
Yeah.
little details like that make you like really appreciate a game for real.
Right?
Right.
I love the physics of her
She's
costume.
There we
I
go.
love
Yeah.
her.
Always need a good fox character. Fox
Right?
looking character.
The way her ponytail.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, they really did their thing on these characters. And the abilities that you can just throw out, those are all just
I
amazing.
love the colors in
And
her ability.
her special effects, yeah, to that attack is just unseen.
good.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that sort of like style. It's almost like
Yeah.
they're painting in
I would say
midair.
it's like painting. Well, and I like that there's kind of, it doesn't immediately disappear. There's kind of
Yeah.
like a delay on it. It's nice.
Arr.
How long do you think it takes her to get ready in the morning and tie all those ribbons?
Dude, this would take so long. I feel. I'm shy.
Oh,
Oh. So I know too. I think if we press T, we'll be able to actually start changing the team and showing off some of the other characters as well.
Oh yeah.
see who
Oh,
else?
March 7th.
There's March 7th.
March 7th.
She's super cute.
She's so cute. You know, my birthday's on March 7th.
Oh,
right.
you
Fun
should play her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll play her and then cosplay her.
That's really
Yeah,
clean
just
though.
really commit,
commit.
To the March 7th bit.
I feel like what naming a character March 7th is really bold, but that's really a cold name.
Yeah,
that's a
right?
good name. Like that's hard.
I think as you maybe get to know her more, maybe you'll start learning
How
more
much
about why.
hairspray?
Nah, that hair is
Ooh,
unique.
I like
That's
that.
some
That's a
unique
cool
hair.
That is
Wow.
some unique
Nah,
hair.
Branya, they did
Wow.
the thing on character design.
They really did.
And there goes Himiko.
Oh,
There
she's
she
cool.
is. Good taste.
Gosh,
Good
I
taste.
love her hair. So pretty.
Her ultimate move, crazy.
I like her sleeves.
Clara.
I like how she's just shoeless.
Yeah.
She's courageous walking
Yeah.
around in those shoes.
She looks so sad.
we must know like her backstory. That probably explains.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
All of that, right?
100%.
I know she has a tragic backstory.
Oh, I love her little
Natasha?
teddy bear.
Cute.
Nice.
I
her
love that-
glasses.
The character design is so good and so unique for every character.
No,
Right.
seriously.
She's cute.
Make sure each one kind of stands like proudly on their own, right? It's
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
Nasta,
Cute. Cute.
Serval.
Serval, this is the one that you're
Oh, that's
giving out,
hard.
right?
So
The light blue hair at the end is hard.
Herta. So right, this is who I was mentioning before. Right, the Herta space station. This is Herta herself, right? So researcher, scientist, and collector.
Ooh. Yeah, I wonder how much drag that tail has, like when she's running.
Right.
She
How much
can
weight
feel-
that is.
yeah.
Probably very heavy.
Yeah.
So we're right now in Shenzhou Laofo,
How do I get to
I
the?
believe that we saw in the distance there was the Jade Gate. Right, so there's lots of different little elements into this, our second world here, kind of showcasing lots of little things you kind of pick up and learn about the culture and sort of why people act the way they do and all that history we've been talking about. Something you really pick up in this game.
Super, super awesome. Oh, it looks so pretty
So
at night.
I think from here we're at the Exalting Sanctum. This is the place where the citizens actually live at. It's kind of more of the living quarters.
Cute. Love the ribbons flying behind her.
Pretty here.
And I think we saw a little peak of a giant tree in the distance.
Is this where it is? I'm unsure.
Yeah, I think it was to your right there.
How come it's all
Up.
like? It's.
There is a giant tree there.
I think I see a branch.
I think
I'm
I see it
trying to
right there,
make
too.
sure, as I look at it, to make sure that it is indeed the Ambrosial Arbor.
Oh yeah, that's the tree. That's true. Right
it.
there.
So this is the Ambrosial Arbor. It's a giant tree left by one of the Aeons of Abundance. It was actually originally used to grant you eternal life, but was destroyed. So now, after that destruction, the Ambrosial Arbor has actually been closed and strictly forbidden to enter. Right, so there's these little elements, right, throughout this world that you're going to be able to see and kind of hint at this sort of story and other sort of past and history.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like we're seeing that. We talked about it a little bit with the character design, and then the worlds are all so distinct and rich. And I think that all just adds to, the immersive aspect of this game.
Exactly. I did not know this map was that big.
This is the Exalting Sanctum.
If you want, you can go to the Artisan Commission. Perfect.
Okay. Ooh.
That's so pretty.
Right, it's so pretty.
It's changing.
All right.
You're like, I'm buckled in.
Yeah.
That is a clean boss design.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I love the flowers.
So,
It's like even the bosses are pretty.
right. So this boss is one of our new bosses. It's the Abundant Ebon Deer. So we're going to be fighting it now.
We're in trouble now.
Go, Lily, go.
1,000 wonders.
I'll be honest, I really didn't have too many high expectations for the combat in this game before playing it, but just because of the classic RPGs, there's not much that you can do. But just like I was explaining earlier with the ultimates and everything, I really think they put a lot of work into the battle aspect and animations of the game.
Right.
Yeah, visually, it's super fun to watch.
Among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Right. And the thing with
That's one right there.
I think my favorite thing with like RPGs too is like every time as you get further and further, those damage numbers keep going up and up and up. It kind of just feels like that. You kind of feel that growth.
Yeah, it's a good feeling for sure.
Radiant spirit, heed my word.
These ultimate animations.
God, I think that's probably my favorite.
Also, see, they're hitting them with ultimate moves. It still isn't taking off that much damage off of them. I feel like the game is really difficult. So if you think you're just gonna go through there and easily win against every boss, I don't think it's that easy to.
It's not
to just
that
do that.
easy.
Yeah, I see you
can
struggling a
attest,
little bit.
It's not.
You actually
So-
need a strategy and what every boss is weak against and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't just spam, in my opinion.
Well, and I feel like it really just makes
End your misery.
going through the game so much more rewarding, right?
Right.
When you
Very
have
true.
to actually, I don't know if this is revealing too much about myself, but it's like when you really have to work
Yeah, no.
and then you get it, it feels,
Yeah.
it's fun.
I agree 100%.
It puts the emphasis on that team building, mechanic, right? Because you don't just grab your 4 favorite characters. You can, I think, at certain stages, but when things get too tough, right? It's start looking to who's really going to be helping out this other character I have. That's sort of collaboration, those
Yeah.
synergies that can really help with this sort of breaking down these tough bosses,
Exactly.
right? So we saw an attack boost just there from that character, so then you start dealing way bigger damage.
Yeah, no, definitely way more damage now.
Well, and then going back to just the strategy aspect, I feel like if it's in cases where the game and the combat is kind of too easy and you're just spamming actual, it's combat.
Yeah.
But it looks like, you have to use attack boost. You need to think about healing. You need to think about defensive boost.
And like
Right.
what the boss is like weak against. Certain characters have extra attacks.
Exactly, yeah.
And you can use ultimates freely. Like there's a bunch of things you could do. I love her animations so much.
I know.
I love all of
No.
their ultimate animations. I think they did so well on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they really put thought into each and every person's, moveset.
And
That's what I really like about it.
I think because like these animations are so great for these ultimates, I'm really happy that you can do the ultimates multiple times in the battle. Like in a lot of old RPGs, it's like you're saving up, and it might not even be like you might not get it for like 4 or 5 battles. But this
Yeah.
one's like no,
Exactly.
like that ultimate is gonna be charged up, and you're gonna be using it multiple times to see that awesome. The big numbers and the big animation.
And even using it multiple times, you still can lose. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
So like, I see why they gave you the use to use it multiple times instead of just one.
The support abilities also feel really nice. Like whenever she gives damage boost or if Bailu heals, like
Well-
it feels so useful.
Yeah. And sorry, Lily, I was starting to interrupt you. And then on the left,
So
it's
cool.
kind of the order of who's up next for combat, correct?
No time
Correct.
to lose.
Yeah, I like that. That's clean.
Yeah.
Yes, go Bailu!
Ooh.
Gosh, I love her so much. She's so cute. Look at that. Like it's so
is she
cute.
is she like a healer?
She's a
Yeah.
healer.
Oh.
Support.
You know, there's a couple classes in the game, all with like actual in-game terminology. But for our conversation's sake, right, you'll see some that are really good at AOE damage, some at single target damage, some that are more at like buffing your current team, some at debuffing the enemy, and then some more on like that healing side of stuff, protecting. And then there's a couple more around that as well. So what you just saw at the top of the bar, that white one is called toughness, which can be weakened by enemies' weaknesses. So if you can get that down, it gives you an extra attack that turn and puts a debuff on the enemy.
Okay,
Well, then obviously your the orange bar is your health.
got it.
I honestly would have thought we beat the boss and the boss had another part to it.
Oh
so-
no,
Yeah,
it did.
no, no, no.
Yeah, there was a phase 2, but we're gonna move on
leaving,
from that one.
yeah, we're
that's
leaving,
that's enough teaser for
Yeah, let the
players.
gamers find out about that one.
Yeah, so I think that is it for the gameplay part today. I believe that all the Trailblazers who have never played the game, including myself, now have a deeper understanding of what Honkai Star Rail looks like, and you can experience the rest of the content in the game yourselves. You know, for RPGs, it's all about playing it on your own. And speaking from experience, it is always much more fun than watching others play. However, it is fun to
agree.
watch others play
Yeah.
sometimes, especially when it's some new gameplay, right? So now, do you have anything else to share with us, Austin?
Oh, I have a lot more to share. So, first of all, I'd like to quickly go through all the giveaway events in version 1.0 of the game, since we prepared a few events and giveaways for all of our players. So first up, we have our login event where you can get 10 Star Rail passes, or special passes, for the limited warp, just by logging into the game for 7 days.
Do we need to log into the game for 7 consecutive days or?
It doesn't need to be consecutive. As long as you just log in for 7 days throughout the this time, you can get these passes.
Okay.
When Trailblazers reach certain Trailblaze levels, such as levels 5, 15, 25, and 35, you'll receive normal passes for normal warps, in the end totaling to 40 normal passes and 1,600 Stellar Jades. There is no time limit for this event. You can play the game with the speed that you feel most comfortable with.
And of course, our pre-registration rewards. Since there were more than 10 million players who have pre-registered for our game, we're celebrating by giving each player 20 normal passes and Serval, the lightning character with multi-target
Nice.
damage.
No, he's clean.
Yeah. A huge thanks to all the players in the world for their love, and of course, all the creators in the community, like you two.
You're welcome.
Thank you too, Austin.
Even if you haven't pre-registered, it's not too late in any of that regard. This is our gift to every single player. You should find it in your mailbox today after you enable the warp function.
Oh, okay.
All good news. And now I get to remind you about the types of banners Honkai Star Rail will have. The first one is called Departure Warp, requiring normal passes with a 20% discount and a guaranteed 5-star character within the 50 pulls. Then there are the Normal Warp, also requiring normal passes, which contains 7 permanent 5-star characters and 7 5-star light cones, plus many 4-star characters and light cones and 3-star light cones.
Here's your chance to get Himiko.
Yeah, I see.
There it is. So then we have the limited banners for version 1.0. The first character banner is Butterfly on Sword Tip with Seal.
Yo.
That's our quantum single damage character. We also have our light cone banner called Brilliant Fixation with the limited light cone in the night of Hunting Path.
That's so nice.
I know.
She's my favorite character, so it's like I'm biased, obviously.
I just love how she looks.
These first limited banners will last for 20 days starting from today, so until May 17th. But then, at that point, we will then start the second limited banner with Jing Yuan. The banner is called Swirl of Heavenly Spear, and then that's also to be paired with the limited light cone Before Dawn, which belongs to the Erudition path.
Wow.
So
He looks
cool.
so cool.
Right?
A friend of mine actually voices him. in
For real?
English.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, wait, who is this?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
These two banners will open on May 17th and last until June 5th.
Very cool.
Next, I'd like to use the last few minutes to introduce some of the special events we've prepared for our players around the world. We'll be doing what we call the Astral Express Global Tour, which is a global event happening right now. We've built an actual Astral Express locomotive, and they've been
What?
placed in some of the biggest cities around the world, so you can see them in person. As you can see in the video, Times Square in New York and Shibuya in Japan are ready for the train to arrive.
So cool.
There are many regions running the event, so check out the details on our event website and follow our social media accounts for more.
That's actually
I want to go.
that's,
Are these like little
that's unique.
hints?
Those were going to be some hints at the which locations are going to be.
Yeah, super cool.
This weekend, April 29th and 30th, my birthday, at Times Square, all Trailblazers can go and take a look at the Astral Express. We're also holding a mini event for you to get some merchandise starting from 12 to 7 p.m. each day of the weekend. Follow our official social accounts or simply just search the Astral Express Global Tour on search engines, and you'll see a website that'll give you all the detailed information for all the regions.
Wait, is the train the same size as it is in the game? Because it's crazy big in the game.
Very big in the
It's like
game.
the cabin inside the train is huge.
I don't know.
Yeah, we really wanted to build one that was like a one-to-one,
Yeah, no.
rebuild of the train. But ultimately, we had to settle on a more smaller, realistic version of what we could do.
Yeah.
on
Still
Earth.
creative though. Still creative.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But you'll notice, we didn't even get like the full train. We just kind of just stuck with the locomotive. That really kind of iconic look. But either way, the train we have in Times Square looks so awesome. I've actually seen it in person, and I meant like you can't actually get inside the car.
Oh, I was
but
about to ask that.
oh, I tried.
I was about to ask that.
And I just want to confirm the train can't actually fly in space, right?
Yeah, I think we also tried to do that too, but no, not yet.
Not yet, not quite. Well, HoYoverse has also prepared some special collaborations for players all over the world. First off, with Waze, the navigation app. So starting right now, we are launching a customized Astral Express navigation icon and March 7th voice. So these are going to be available for 2 months until June 24th. All you need to do is open the Waze app, click Change Voice and Change Car Options, and find March 7th as your navigator and the Astral Express as your ride.
This is some of the best
What?
promotion I've
March
ever seen.
7th?
Yeah.
Like, how
I-
cool is that?
I ain't
gonna
never seen no
navigate
game
for
do
us?
this much
That's
for
so
promotion.
awesome.
That's crazy.
I love that.
Super
Very
cool.
unique.
Yeah. Our next collaboration is with Razer, the world's leading lifestyle brand for
Oh,
gamers.
y'all doing it?
Yeah. We're working with 8 Razer stores for a limited pop-up event. The Razer stores will be decorated in Honkai Star Rail theme, and you'll be able to get 50 Stellar Jades by either trying the game in store or showing that you downloaded the game on your mobile phone. Our 4 stores in the US are Austin, Los Angeles, New York, and Seattle. Then we'll have 1 store in London, 2 stores in Singapore, and 1 in Taipei.
Up next, I get the exciting job of announcing conventions in the upcoming months. Honkai Star Rail will be at Anime Expo, Japan Expo, GamersCon, Gamescom, and Tokyo Game Show. More conventions will be announced at a later date. Conventions are so fun. Lily, I know you cosplay. Like, what kind of conventions or which convention would you say is your favorite?
Oh, it's hard to say. Anime Expo is really fun.
Yeah.
It's a little big now, and crowded. I like going to like smaller conventions sometimes just to see like how it's, because like when the conventions start out, it has a more like, it has a cozy vibe. Kinda
Come to
like that.
DreamCon.
DreamCon.
Yeah,
DreamCon.
that's like ours was a little bit smaller too. I know Anime Expo is like what 50,000 people now.
It's insane. But the plus side of Anime Expo is you get to see all the coolest cosplays. Like people go all
true.
out for these cosplays in Anime Expo. Oh my gosh.
They definitely do. They
They
definitely do.
do. And I love how there's always like a flavor of the month sort of year, I guess,
Yeah,
with
flavor of the
cosplay.
year.
Like,
Yeah.
I know this entire last year has just been Genshin.
Yeah.
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 A little bit of
just
Spy
Genshin.
Family.
Spy
Spy Family. Yeah, no,
yeah.
there's definitely a lot of that. Yeah, and
was
always
a-
a lot of Demon Slayer too.
Yeah, the Demon,
Demon Slayer's
Slayer.
everywhere
Before that
in
was
every
Attack on
convention.
Titan. It was like ReZero. Like there's always like these, flavors of the year. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm always so in awe of cosplayers because there's so much craftsmanship that goes like it's kind of a marrying of a lot of different skill sets of physical arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just beam me and buy it off a site.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
You
it's still a
could.
thing. You could do that and then you're doing like your hair and your makeup though.
Yeah, you do
and
have to do the
it's so
makeup and
cute.
everything.
But I like the
Yeah.
ones where they like hand make them and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it
Those
feels
are always
more
usually the
personal.
best ones.
When you
So-
see some of the stuff too, where we've seen like a Raiden cosplay where their sword is like full of LEDs. So right when she activates, it
Cool.
lights up and glows. Right. So those are things I don't think you can buy it off of a site. I think that's something you have to probably.
Yeah,
do. And that's the ones
for
that really kind of help shine above the rest.
I'm always so impressed.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they make the props themselves, like how do you?
Yeah, how do you even do that?
I'm so
They
in
bought a
awe.
material off Amazon and then just
I have to like
Ran with
commission
it.
people to do it for me.
So
'cause
cool.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fun though.
And finally, I'm excited to announce our first global fan art competition, the Multiverse Vistas, which will launch in May. All players are welcome to participate, and we'll be giving out rewards. The competition will have 4 categories: video, painting, music, and cosplay. And we'll have some very popular and very talented guests serving as judges. I'm always glad that we can do stuff like this because it helps bring the community to the forefront,
no,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of great collabs
Guys
y'all
are
got.
painting. That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Fostering the arts. I love it.
And for more information about Multiverse Vista and any of the events we talked about today, please check out our official Twitter, Facebook, and other official social media accounts. And thanks for helping, by the way, Sydney, with all these announcements. I'm really excited about Honkai Star Rail. I hope you are too. And I hope you're excited about all these upcoming events.
You are so welcome. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. And we're all looking forward to everything Hoyoverse has planned this year. But it looks like we're reaching the end of our show. So I would like to toss it back to you in terms of thanking all of you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you
you.
for inviting me. It was really fun.
Definitely. Same.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed today's launch show. It's honestly a great honor for me to have met you and to meet all the Trailblazers around the world. We will continue to work hard to bring high quality game content and rich activities to the community and our fans.
Are you just trying to rush home to play the game now as well?
No, I'm not in a hurry. I've played this game plenty of times.
Well, with that, I'll end by saying that Honkai Star Rail, a brand new free-to-play cross-platform space fantasy RPG, is now available on iOS, Android, and PC. The game is also on the Epic Store and will also be coming to PS5 and PS4 in the near future. I'm your host, Sydnee Goodman, along with Austin, Mark, and LilyPichu. Where can we all find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, RDC World 1, or Supreme Dreams.
LilyPichu. Choo. Cut that out.
And we will be seeing you next time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
You.